a results standpoint since 2011, and just in time, Brees set to become a free agent. He says he wants to stay in New Orleans for life. He's not going anywhere. However, there is currently no deal in place. Here's Sean Payton with Adam Schefter and Susie Colbert.
This isn't the first time we've kind of found ourselves in this situation, and there's some patience and understanding, and like it might be tomorrow night's dinner at St. Elmo's, and we're I don't think about it much because I know it is going to get done, and I think Drew feels the same way, and I think it'll be done sooner than later, and then it'll be one less item for everyone to talk about. But nonetheless, I don't think there's anything that has slowed it down, or there's not one reason why it hasn't gotten done other than probably Mickey and Tom have done other things, and I'm sure we'll meet here.
They're both busy men.
Yeah, I think it'll get done pretty soon.
Drew Brees and Sean Payton have been quite the tandem in New Orleans. The majority of the franchise's success has come since these two arrived in 2006. That includes a win in Super Bowl 44. Brees and Payton have won 115 regular season games together, the fifth most by a head coach quarterback tandem in the Super Bowl era. And Adam, you were there. You asked him the question. He says a deal will get done soon. Do you expect that to be the case?
It has to get done by the deadline in March, middle of March, because otherwise a cap charge of $18 million will kick in against the Saints cap. And Drew Brees will be a free agent, and he can go talk to other teams. And Sean Payton made it very clear that Drew Brees is going to get signed. Both sides believe it's going to get done. And it's just a question of two men who are very busy. Mickey Loomis, the Saints general manager, Tom Condon, the agent for Drew Brees, coming together here in Indianapolis and finding out a way to figure out the numbers in this deal. But everybody's motivated to get done. And again, in Sean Payton's words, this deal is going to get done sooner rather than later.
Tom Condon told me he's in a very bad spot. It was similar to that when we did Payton's last contract. He said, I don't have very much negotiating leverage. My guy wants to stay where he is. So that's one thing. Secondly, Tom uses every second on the clock when he negotiates. When you're negotiating with Tom Condon, it's going down to the 11th hour and 59th minute and 59th second. So this will get done, but it's not going to get done probably very quickly. Third, you have to do a contract that's creative because you can't presume that Drew's going to play the whole 5 years of the contract. So you have to make sure that what you treat him absolutely fairly relative to the cash value of the contract, and then you got to construct it in such a way that the dead money hit, if it comes at the end, and I hope it never does, because the minute he leaves football's the worse off for it. But if it comes before the end of the contract, you have to make sure you're not stuck with a great deal, choking dead money.
Yeah, I mean, look, you've heard me talk about Drew Brees numerous different times. This guy has thrown for 5,000 yards 5 times. 5 times. Now, I know you don't want to pay guys based off of past performance, but there is some respect factor that goes into this contract, and Bill puts it great. You want to have the cash value really show what you feel about him, but at the same time not put the franchise's future in jeopardy if he winds up not being able to play the entire length of whatever the new contract is.
They all recognize it, and that's why it's going to get done. And I'll tell you another thing.
Sure.
They already have their quarterback of the future, they believe, in Taysom Hill. Oh. You'll see. They like
37 years young is Drew Brees.
Well, whenever he hangs it up, 5 years layer, we'll see you in Canton.
Yeah, exactly. We'll meet you.
Sure.
He'll meet you there, Bill.
Well, I hope I'm around.
Yeah.
If I am, I will.
All right, fair point. Coming up, the Seahawks missed the playoffs for the first time since 2011 this year. They do have some injury questions, and this defense isn't getting any younger. Pete Carroll stops by to talk Seattle's offseason next as we continue NFL Live here from the Combine Experience. Young fans here getting a taste of what it's like, perhaps, for these players at the Combine. Well, young fans and...
This is